And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Dee Donatelli. I have the privilege of serving my first year on the board of directors of the Bellwether League. It's a good thing that you can't take that back. You're stuck with me for a few more years. For those of you who do know me, I do a fair amount of public speaking. I enjoy it immensely. I never use notes. I like to say I speak from the heart. Some people probably say I wing it. But tonight I took the liberty of writing down my thoughts because I want to make them just right. Because I am speaking from the heart, and I'm going to try to get through this because this is a person who I have a tremendous fondness for. So bear with me. This evening I have the distinct honor to introduce an extraordinary woman who has demonstrated amazing vision and tenacity to challenge us in the healthcare industry to embrace evidence. Yes, I said evidence. Something that I knew very little about before I met Winnie Hayes. More than 30 years ago, Winifred Hayes began her evidence-based revolution in the barn converted into an office on she and her husband's property. Just herself and one assistant, no external capital, none of the technology that we have available to us today. Prior to those auspicious beginnings, Dr. Hayes worked as a practicing clinician, a nurse educator, both as a nurse and a nurse practitioner. She leveraged her observations from the field to establish a model of unbiased evidence analysis to assist insurers in determining coverage policy in health technologies. Today, the Hayes rating in the insurance industry is absolutely the gold standard upon which our insurance companies make decisions on coverage policies for every one of us. Without Winnie, our insurance corporation and coverage in the country would not be what it is today. While much of Dr. Hayes' early success came from her work with evidence in the payer market, she had the vision to realize that the role of evidence, as well as strong clinical research and support, was necessary for health systems to improve their health technology utilization and provide care that is safer, more efficient, and more cost-effective. Dr. Hayes not only foresaw the need for health systems to adapt evidence-based decision-making long before any of us in any system recognized it, but she was able to maintain the tenacity to see positive change, fueled by her passion with improved healthcare delivery. In addition, she's been a very vocal and persistent advocate for expanding the role of supply chain and the role of evidence via the value analysis process. Through the adoption of evidence-based strategies continues to occur at an uneven rate in our provider market, I share in my mentor's confidence and optimism that we will continue to promote and support the use of scientific methods. Dr. Hayes' continued dedication to evidence-based performance improvement has significantly influenced today's shift towards value-based healthcare. It is my privilege to welcome Winnie Hayes into the Bellwether League.
I am short. What a thrill to be here. I have to say, I'm thrilled. And I'm thrilled because, first of all, it's a chance to thank people who helped me get to this point. So my husband, Rob Hayes, our kids who could not be here, but my husband is, and a fabulous team. So one thing that I think we all know is that no leader ever achieves significant improvements in whatever it is they're working on without a great team. And over the years, I've had a great team. a fabulous team. And some of those teammates are right here today. As most of you know, I sold Hayes Inc. about a year ago and joined the track manager family. And so at this table, Bill Donato, MD Byline General Manager, my longtime, 4 years I guess, fairly long time, Chief Operating Officer Mara Connor, and Chris Kosick, who is with Track Manager, our Human Resource Chief, and three folks from BidMed, who's also part of the Track Manager family. So I want to thank them publicly. But I also want to take a minute to thank several other people in the audience. And I'm going to start with Bob Yokel. So Bob, way back, when we first began to work with John Strong at Consorta, you taught me a lot about value analysis. It was a field that I was unfamiliar with. I already understood that evidence should be part of the decision-making process, analysis of evidence to make decisions about new technology acquisition and utilization. But you taught me contextually how it might be incorporated in the value analysis process, and I thank you for that. And I also thank John Strong for the mentoring he provided me and Hayes Inc. in the early days in understanding more about what was going on in supply chain. Ed Hiscock is out there someplace. Where are you, Ed? There he is. So Ed taught me a lot too. Early days at IDN Summit, the work he was doing with Optime, a number of areas, Ed was a mentor to me, and I want to thank him. Bill Donato and his leadership at Cleveland Clinic. I knew you better through Cleveland Clinic than I did through J&J. But again, some of the transformation you and colleagues at Cleveland Clinic were able to make, and you began to showcase the value of evidence in the decision-making process as it related to how best to affect the changes that you were attempting to make in supply chain. And Dee Donatelli, where are you, Dee? Back there. So again, Dee taught me a lot about clinical value analysis and about some of the challenges that we were going to face. So to all those people, I want to say thank you. And I also want to say that this is a particular thrill for me because it's an affirmation that after 20 years in the supply chain field, we are making changes. We are seeing evidence embraced as part of the decision-making process when we decide, is this widget better than that widget? We're seeing it used to make decisions around product standardization. And the hardest of all, and one where we have more progress we need to make, is we're beginning to use evidence to really inform utilization, to inform it in ways that are really going to improve the outcomes that we're all struggling to achieve for our patients. So I just have to say, I'm thrilled to be here. After working for 30 years in my own business and 15 years before that in healthcare, there's no more important role that we have than how we impact the quality of care our patients received and the sustainability of that care, the cost effectiveness of that care. And I'm thrilled to be part of your ranks, and I'm thrilled to work in supply chain. Thank you.